So this is to sort of free up your shoulder blades, which will help with any movement or neck pain or thoracic pain. So you're going to start, the peanut has got a dip in it, and that's to allow your spinous processes, the bony bits in the middle, to not be pressed on. So these two bits will go on they're called transverse processes, bones either side that you can't really see until you're in an x-ray. So you want to start sort of at the bottom of your shoulder blade. So one ball is either side of your spine and you're not on the bone. So you're going to lay back onto the ball. I'm going to make loads of noises doing this because my shoulders are well sore. So you're going to start, you can have your legs bent or up, it doesn't matter, whichever's more comfortable. So always you're just going to start by putting one hand over the other, and you're just alternating one hand over the other. And you probably want to do 10, 15, 20 of these, depending how it feels, until it feels like it's not as sore as it was in the beginning. If you like I'm pretty mobile, so I can get my hand back to the carpet. If you can only get your hand back to here, just work within your range of movement, and gradually your arm will get back further. When you feel as though you can do that comfortably, you're just going to move both arms overhead. Try not to flare your ribs, it's called, so try not to arch your back. So try and keep your abs pulled in so that you're really pressing into the ball. So when you go back here, don't arch your back. So just try and keep your abs pulled in and hands overhead. Okay, so you're going to do 10, 20 of those. Then you're going to put your hands out to the side, so you're like in a crucifix position, and you're going to reach over and try and touch your elbow. If you can, aim for your wrist. I can just about get my elbow because it's sore. So you're going from side to side. It doesn't matter if you've got one side is worse than the other, you still need to go to both sides on this. There may be other things in a minute that I tell you where you don't need to go to both. So arms side to side. Then the last one, you're going to hug yourself. So this isn't just putting your arms across your chest. The aim is to reach around, and the purpose is to pull apart your shoulder blades. So in this position, your shoulders should be pulled right forward, and you're just going to rock from side to side. And again, your aim is just to make this more comfortable. All of those things, all four of those things, so 1, 2, 3, 4, you're going to repeat up your spine. So at the moment we started at the bottom of your shoulder blades, you're just going to move your backside down, and the ball will move up maybe 2 inches. You should probably try to aim for at least 4 places up the inside of your shoulder blades. So every time you're just going to do alternate arms, double arms, crucifix and touch one side than the other, and hug yourself and rock from side to side. When you get to the top onto your trapezius, we're going to do something else. So I'm going to need to put my hood up so that you can see what I'm talking about and you don't just see a pile of hair and a hood. So when you get to your trapezius, so this is right at the top here, and it's going to be on the meaty bit of your muscle. To get into it, you might find that just doing it like this does feel like it's doing something, but probably not. What you need to do is bridge your backside up. So you're just going to lift your bum off the floor and push yourself backwards. So you're kind of pushing yourself onto the ball, which will dig into your trapezius. And again, you're just going to do single arms and double arms, but you don't need to do the crucifix and you don't need to do the rocking. Actually, you could do the rocking. I can still feel that. That's a bit funky. So those exercises are all to release your shoulder blades and your trapezius. So for trapezius, you're going to do a little bit more. So usually, so you need a single ball this time. And usually I would do this on the corner of the rig, but I'm just having to pick a door because that's all I've got here. But you could do it on a door frame as well. So for trapezius, which is really important, I don't know, Jack is filming this for me, so you may have to move around, but I'll show you what I'm going to do. So on your trapezius, you might need to come from this side actually. So the ball is going to go onto your trapezius at the top. You're going to lean forward and press the ball into your trapezius. Because the door is moving, I'm just holding it with my knee. And what you get, caught my own hair. So Jack, if you come round to this side, so you're pressing onto the door, and what you're doing in that position is turning your head away and looking down. So you're turning and looking down. And if you might need to wiggle about a bit to get your head in the right place, but mainly bring your head over and you should feel the ball pressing into your traps, which will release your chaps. So if you've got one shoulder higher than the other, then you need to just work on the side that's high. Don't bother about the other side, because the aim is to get them both level. So if you do it on both sides, you'll get one level and then drop the other as well. Okay, then the next one, again, this is on the side that's most painful, but otherwise do it on both shoulders. So you've got your collarbone going across here, and it finishes in the corner here. Underneath here, you kind of got a hollow bit, and this is where your pecs are. So you want the ball to be under your collarbone and right next to your shoulder, your bone for the top of your arm. And your aim is, so you're not going to be able to see my face, but that's fine. Okay, so your aim is to press the ball onto your pecs. And all you're going to do is, first of all, swing your arm backwards and forwards. And when you get that more comfortable, you're going to swing your arms, you might need to come behind me, Jack. You're going to swing your arm backwards and then go as though you're going to put your arm in the opposite pocket. So you're going to swing back and across, forward and across. So as you come back, you see I twist my arm so the back of my hand is against my spine. Okay, so those are those bits. The other bit is going to be for your head. So you're going to place the ball at the base of your head. Okay, so your neck is here, and where your head starts to go outwards, where your skull starts to go outwards, you're going to put the peanut there. So lay back with the peanut, and you might need to hold it in place. And all you're going to do is nod your head like you're saying yes, and then, so you're kind of not staying in the same place, you're going to one side and the other. So it will feel really uncomfortable. So this is for tight necks, but it's also for people who get headaches. So yes and no. Okay, so you're going to do that for a minute. So yes and no for a minute to release what's called your occipitals, which are muscles at the bottom of your spine. If you also have a bad shoulder, you are going to place the ball, if you imagine your shoulder blade like an elephant's ear, you're going to put it right in the middle of your elephant's ear, which is about here. This feels awful, so you know if you're in the right place because you can't speak, which you'll find in a second. So the ball is, it's almost under your armpit, but a bit in a bit. So your elbow is level with your shoulder. Your fingers are pointing up to the ceiling, and this is neutral. And you're just going to put your arm forward and put your arm backwards. So you're just going to rotate forwards and backwards. So you can see my arm goes really far forwards, so I've got good internal rotation. But when I put my arm backwards, it doesn't want to go anywhere near the floor. And I should be able to get it near to the floor. So if you've got restrictions on your rotator cuff, this will be a problem. So all you're going to do, if you can go all the way here, there's no point going this way. So if you need to go this way, then you're just going to come back to neutral, which is straight up, and try and push your arm backwards. Okay, so those are all the muscles all the mobility ball stuff for your upper back, for your neck, and for your rotator cuff. Thank you.